Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this satin bonnet for our baby and also for the mom. I'll be giving you measurement for the baby and also for the mom. If you haven't subscribed, please do it to hit on the subscribe button and join the family, and I'll see you at the end of the video. So this tutorial, I'll be using 1 yard of satin fabric, just like I mentioned earlier, is a satin fabric, and I have 1 yard of fabric here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to fold from the longest part of this fabric, from the lengthwise of this fabric. I'll fold it into two, and then I'll go ahead and fold it over again. The reason why I do this is so that I don't start cutting a long strap of fabric, so I have it smaller this way. Please don't mind my voice, I am a bit under the weather and it's affecting my voice as well. So once I get this, we are going to go ahead and mark the band of, cut out the band of this bonnet first before we continue with the other part of it. So for the adult band, I am using 5.5 inches. So I'll mark for 5.5 inches all around, and then I'll cut it out. For the children own, I mark 4.5 inches in case I don't show it. So just know that for the children is 4.5 inches that I'm marking. So adult 5.5, children 4.5. I'll go ahead and cut it out as well. So guys, you're going to now go ahead and cut out the flay or the circle for the bonnet. So I'll go ahead and reopen my fabric, and then I'll fold it into two from the shorter part of it this time. So once I fold it into two, I'll go ahead and fold it over again this way. So it's more like we are cutting a circle or a flay. So for the children own, let me mention that I use 9.5 inches, and then for adults I use 11 inches. If you want yours to be bigger, please do it to increase your measurement as much as you can so that it will be very big. So this is what I marked, 9.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark this all around, then plus half inch stitching allowance, so 9.5 plus half inch, which is 10 inches. So that's what I am marking all around this bonnet, this circle. So once I am done marking it, I'll go ahead and cut it out. And also remember, I said adult is 11 inches plus your stitching allowance, which is 11.5 inches. So this is what we have at the end of the day. So this is for the adult and then for the children. So the first thing I'm going to be doing after that is to open this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure 2 inches upward from any side of this circle. It doesn't matter which side you are using. So I'll mark 2 inches. Don't worry about the measurement I'm using. I'm using 3 inches here, right? But I adjusted it because it was too long. So I used 2.2 inches to mark all around. So you are trying to get a semicircle from what you are doing. So once you mark your 2 inches up, or just use a hand, or you can just measure 2 inches all around, but get a semicircle at the end of the day. So once you get that semicircle, you go ahead and cut it out. And I'll do the same thing for the adult, but for the adult you can extend this to 2.5 inches so that it will be wider if you want to, or you can just do 2 inches as well. It will work as well. So I've got ahead to cut out a fabric of 1 inch width, and then the length is as long as the measurement that you just got. So I'll go ahead and turn this to the right side of the this bonnet. I am stitching the first time at the right side, so I'll just pin this down and stitch all the way to the end of this semicircle. And once I am done with that, I'll then go ahead, make notches around it, and then I'll turn it to the wrong side, fold in by half of an inch, and then fold over by half of an inch, and I'll go ahead and stitch it down. I just hope you guys can see it and you got it. So once you're done stitching the first one, you make notches, and then you fold over by half of an inch, and then fold over by half of an inch and stitch it down. So onto the band, you can see the band that we first cut out. So this is for the child. The child is smaller when you see it. So I'll go ahead and fold this into two equal parts, and then from the center folding, I'm going to go mark 9.5 inches upward on both sides, and that 9.5 inches, I'll make sure I mark it on the two sides of this band, and the other side I'll mark 9.5 inches as well. Then for the adult, I am using 11 inches for this band. So you've marked from the folded part of this band, you mark 11 inches upward, children 9.5, adult 11 inches, or you can just measure your head round and leave, take out like 2 inches from it. So once I am done with that, I'll fold in this band into two, and then I'll go ahead and stitch just the way I am showing you guys. You stitch this way and then stitch this way by half of an inch. Once you get to that 9.5 inches that you marked, you stop, and then you take out your pin and then start from the next point that you marked, and you are going to stitch down all the way to this point and then to the end. I hope you get this, and you repeat the same process for the adult one. Remember, you are using 11 inches for that part. So guys, this is what you have at this point. You can see I am done piping this bonnet. So I'm also, for the adult one, I'm done piping it. Then for the band, I'm also done stitching it. So you go ahead and cut out the edges, the pointed edges, so that it doesn't affect your band. Then you're going to go ahead and turn this to the right side. So you use whatever you have and turn it to the right side, and also go ahead and push out all the edges after turning it. And I will do the same thing for the other band as well. So remember, we are working on two bonnets. So this is what you have at this point. As you can see, it's coming together beautifully. So for this, to attach my bonnet to this band, I have two method of doing this, and I use the second one. So the first method is to measure this opening from the beginning to the end. Whatever you have there, you're going to run a loose stitch all around this bonnet circle to the end of it. And once you are done, you're going to pull on one of the thread and then gather it to the exact measurement of that your band opening. I hope you get this. So once you are done with that, you then put it inside this band and stitch it down. That's the first method. But for me, which is the second method that I use, and is if you get a hold on of this second method, you will enjoy making this band. This is what I do. So I'll open up the band of this bonnet. I'll place the bonnet circle into it, making sure that the right side of this bonnet faces me while I stitch. So I'll place it inward this way. I'll go ahead and use my machine needle and hold it down. So let's assume that we're on our machine. I'll hold this down so that it doesn't move around while I'm trying to arrange my first stitch. So once I hold it down, I'll go ahead and start making some plaits or some fold into the band. And this fold depends on how big your bonnet is. And also, before you start making the fold, this lower part, make sure you fold in by half of an inch, because you have to make sure that the two side of the band is folded inward. So I'll fold that place by half of an inch, fold in my bonnet, and then the upper one I'll fold it in, and then I'll go ahead and make my stitch. It might look complicated at this point, but when you start doing it, you see that this is the fastest method of working on your bonnet. So I'll continue the same process until I get to the end, and I'll do the same thing for the other bonnets. So guys, look at this, is what we have at this point. So this is for the adult and this is for the child. You can see the bonnet is all well stitched and looking beautiful. So we are going to go ahead and iron this out so that it's to even bring out the beauty more, because now it's looking like buff buff. So we are going to go ahead and iron this out at this iron this out. And I hope you find value in this tutorial. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends. Subscribe please if you haven't subscribed, because I have amazing videos coming up. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.